What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, and I'm here for the sports news. And we've had a long regular season in the NFL. They've actually added a game, 18 weeks now. And everything that happened in the regular season now becomes borderline irrelevant. Now, obviously, you make habits, and the habits that you create through the regular season becomes who you are. But you get one game to prove it. It's not like the NFL or the NBA. It's all or nothing. You have to push all your chips in the middle of the table on every hand, and you got to go all in. And what team can do that for either 3 straight weeks or 4 straight weeks, depending on if you're in a wild card or if you got to bye? Who can come together? Offense, defense, special teams, the coaching staff, and become one unit with one common goal? Who could overcome injuries, penalties? Who could overcome the unforeseen things that could happen to you within a game? One guy all of a sudden going nuts. First game of the day, we got Los Angeles Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Battle of the young guns. Justin Herbert. I mean, this kid can make all the throws. You have Trevor Lawrence, won a national championship in his freshman year at Clemson. These guys, both of these guys, are fantastic quarterbacks. And right there on the screen, you see Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence like 6'5". Looked like a California surfer kid. But he has come into his own this season. I think he had like 25 touchdowns, 9, 10 picks. He's been sensational. You have Justin Herbert. I think he has 29 touchdowns. He has like 9, 10 picks. And these two teams actually played each other earlier in the season, and the Jacksonville Jaguars actually washed the Chargers. I think it was like 38-10 or something like that. It was ridiculous. But this is the playoffs. You know, in the regular season, you never know what's going on. You can have injuries. You can have a bad play here, a penalty right here, and you can have a touchdown callback. You never know what happened in those games, but you can't bank on that. The worst thing you could have is something where you're overconfident going into the game. And that's always worrisome with a young team like the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's worrisome with any team in any sport, is overconfidence. And this kid, Justin Herbert, would I put him up there with a Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes? You goddamn right I will. You damn right. He literally can make every throw on the field. He's that goddamn good. Great player. Trevor Lawrence, he's a guy that's coming into his own. This is his second season, and he already has his team in the playoffs. The Jacksonville Jaguars has been terrible for so long that they have drafted in the top of the draft year after year after year, and they are loaded with young talent. The San Diego Chargers are loaded with talent, but it's a little bit more veteran with Keenan Allen and receivers Williams and Palmer and tight end Everett and Eckler. They have a lot of talent with the Los Angeles Chargers. They got Derwin at safety, so they have a lot going for them. This is going to be a great game, battle of the young guys. But for some reason, I got the Jaguars starting out fast early, and I have the Chargers coming back late. I got the Los Angeles Chargers winning on a late game drive, 27-24, moving on to the next round. Next game of the day, you got the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is out, and he can't play. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. You got the Cincinnati Bengals, a team who shocked and surprised everyone last year and made it to the Super Bowl, which was unbelievable. And the Bengals, like the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have a whole lot of young talent. Why? Because they stunk for so long. They were terrible. And being terrible is a good thing. You'd rather be on the bottom than be in the middle. That's the only way to get a Joe Burrow. That's the only way to get a Jamar Chase. Now they have great talent with Tyler Boyd and Boink. I mean, these people, they got a lot of receivers with Mixon. And I mean, they at running back, they have a lot going for them with the Bengals. This team is going to be something to reckon with for years to come. But unfortunately for the Baltimore Ravens, they don't have their quarterback. If the Cincinnati Bengals show up and don't take them for granted, you know, early turnovers, a bunch of penalties, that's the only way Baltimore has a chance is turnovers and penalties. Outside of that, the Cincinnati Bengals should wash the Baltimore Ravens. I got this as a blowout. 38-14. Bengals. On to the next game. Now, this is the most interesting game of the weekend. You have the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills are 100% built to win a Super Bowl. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is about that, the Miami Dolphins have the fastest receiving core in the NFL, and it's not even close. So they're a big play waiting to happen. I'm imagining it's going to be probably pretty brisk in Buffalo. It's not going to be a warm day, but I don't know. I didn't check the temperature. I didn't tell how cold is it. Hopefully for Miami, it's one of those days where it's 42, 43 degrees. Sun is out. You know what I mean? You don't want no type of, no weather to throw you off if you're the Dolphins. If you're the Dolphins, you can handle some rain, but you don't want it too goddamn cold because it rains a lot in Florida. But the Dolphins have Waddle and they have Tyreek Hill. And these guys are big plays waiting to happen. So this is a scary game for the Buffalo Bills. This will be one of the closest games of the day. That's my prediction. But I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he has some dog in him. He had an interception problem this year where he was throwing picks in the red zone like you'd never seen before. I had him in my fantasy, so I watched him all year long. And by God, some of the interceptions he threw would just boggle my mind, but then he would come back and make some runs and some plays and some passes out of the pocket on the run that, there's not too many quarterbacks that can make those plays. But I like this. This is going to be a great game. Don't be surprised. Sometimes you think these games be high scoring. It might be a little bit low scoring. But I got the Buffalo Bills pulling this game out. I got this game 23-18 Buffalo. Buffalo winning this game. Let's go to the next one. You got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, out of all the teams that's in the playoffs, this team I'm most surprised to see in the playoffs. Geno Smith has had a resurgence. What a hell of a year for Geno Smith. I'm happy for him. Congratulations, Geno Smith. Nobody seen this coming. And Geno Smith, he's balled this year. But they have some good receivers. And they had a good young back out of Michigan State. Number 9, what's his name? Damn, his name slips my mind. But Seattle has good. They have good weapons on Seattle. The defense has been kind of surprising, but they're not great. Yeah, this ain't the Legion of Boom. But the 49ers, my homeboy Jay, he think the 49ers going to win it all. And I'm damn near with him. The only thing is they have a third-string quarterback. And if I don't know anything else, in the playoffs, eventually, your quarterback is going to have to make plays when he's down. Now, if Brock Purdy can do that, then the San Francisco 49ers, you goddamn right they can win a Super Bowl. This team is loaded. They're well coached. Their defense is tenacious. Their running game is something to behold. It's everything you want out of a team. It's just the ultimate team from top to bottom. But what scares me about the San Francisco 49ers is the quarterback position. If you find yourself where something, say the opening kickoff, you fumble, or All of a sudden your running back and somehow you down 14-0 or you get down 17-0. Is this the type of quarterback that can bring you back? He's never had to do it because his team, the infrastructure is so good. The foundation is built so well. You haven't had to see him actually work. But if the 49ers get down a lot, it's going to fall on Brock Purdy. And that's why I just can't pick them to go to a Super Bowl. But what I can do is pick them to win this goddamn game. I like the San Francisco 49ers to win this game 27-17, where the San Francisco 49ers are just too much with the running game, too much on defense, and they're just going to come to play. But remember, that's still a third-string quarterback, and he hasn't faced no real pressure. This is a lot of pressure on him. A lot of pressure. San Francisco, 27-17. Another team, the second most surprising team to me to be in the playoffs, is the New York Giants. Now, the New York Giants, most amazing part about that is that goes to show that culture matters. They got a new coach in there, a new culture, and that coach, you could just tell, exudes winning. So you got to give him a lot of credit. And the Minnesota Vikings has been up and down. This guy that you see on the TV screen, Kirk Cousins, I don't trust him far as you can throw him, but Kirk Cousins is known to have big games and big moments and in big times. He really does. But he has one of the best receivers in the NFL, which is Justin Jefferson. I seen him make a catch against Buffalo. I still don't know how he came down with that goddamn ball. I mean, he's a hell of a receiver, and he is a fantastic route runner. And they had a running back, Cook. He's a hell of a running back. So they have Adam Thielen. They have some good weapons with the Minnesota Vikings. New York Giants. Now, the New York Giants, they're a little bit scary because they're going to make it a game. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to just give it away. Daniel Jones, he has great legs. Passer, he's average. But by God, can he escape out of the pocket and make long runs when you least need him to. And the Giants' defense is underrated. They fight hard. I ain't saying they like super talented from top to bottom. They're not the 49ers, but they fight hard. That's what's going to make this a good game. A really good game. A dogfight. But I have the Minnesota Vikings winning in overtime. 31-28 by a field goal. Justin Jefferson makes a big play down the stretch. Dalvin Cook has a great game. Rushes for at least 120 yards, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Minnesota Vikings. Overtime. 31-28. And for the final game of the day, or the final game of this week's playoffs, the Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady versus Dak Prescott. Now, Tampa Bay all season long has been a bad team. But in recent weeks, they've played a little bit better. They have. The Dallas Cowboys. I'm from Dallas and I root for the Cowboys, but the Dallas Cowboys are what you would call an enigma. They everything about them from the outside looks good. It looks like they can win this team in this particular division. In this particular conference at this particular time, the Dallas Cowboys should make it to the NFC Championship. There's no doubt about it. But can they get out of the way of penalties, boneheaded plays, interceptions, fumbles, just complete knucklehead numbskull shit? The Dallas Cowboys should beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but this is a 50-50 fucking ball game. But on paper, the Dallas Cowboys are just a flat-out better team than Tampa Bay. Flat out. Tom Brady has struggled all year long. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have struggled to put up points. They're one of the worst running teams in football. Nothing about Tampa Bay I like. The only thing that's working in Tampa Bay's favor is that Tom Brady never loses to Dallas, just like Aaron Rodgers. And if you're a Cowboy fan and you tell me you ain't shaking in your boots from that, you're a goddamn lie. You're a damn lie. But this is a 50-50 ball game. Tony Pollard has had a sensational season. Zeke has been a hammer. But Dak Prescott in these interceptions, he's throwing interceptions every goddamn game. CeeDee Lamb, he's came along. Still has the problems with some dropsies here and there, but this has been a much better season for CeeDee Lamb. Dalton Schultz has showed up. He's played well. But the offensive line, ever since Terrence Steele gotten hurt, they ain't been the same. And they damn sure ain't ran the ball the same. In order for the Dallas Cowboys to win this game, you need at least 35 runs. At least 35 runs. For Tampa Bay to win this game, they need Cowboys to do Cowboy shit. A bunch of penalties and some boneheaded turnovers. But Tampa Bay's been bad all season. And the Cowboys at least been good most of the season. I'm going to go against my better judgment. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. And I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win pretty big. I got the Cowboys winning 31-16. But by God, the Cowboys got to come on with it, man. I'm putting 31-17. I got the Cowboys winning 31-17. But would I be shocked if Tampa won? Absolutely not. Like I said, it's a 50-50 game, but it shouldn't be. Talent-wise, the Cowboys are just better, man. But I got the Cowboys 31-17. Somehow sneaking out of this. And let me say this. The Dallas Cowboys, this is their season. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFC right now. Tom Brady is old. Jalen Hurts is young. This is his first time really leading a top team. You got Brock Purdy. You got Daniel Jones. You got Geno Smith. It's a lot of, you got Kirk Cousins. And if the Cowboys meet up with the Minnesota Vikings at any time, I'm guaranteeing a victory. If the Cowboys can't beat nobody else, they can beat Kirk Cousins. So, Cowboys, 31-17. Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Copper. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do right. Peace.